Hey guys, it's Bill and Ted's owners here. We figured we would do a special video today. We know we got a lot of views and comments on our Epsom salt soak for Teddy. So today's video is going to be about Ted's allergies. They progressively have gotten worse since we've moved to Canada. We did see an allergist when we lived in California. However, since we were moving to Canada, the allergist didn't want to take too much corrective action just because the climate here is so much different. So we moved here and we've kept Ted on his Taste of the Wild salmon diet, and so far that has worked pretty well for him, but we've noticed that he's starting to get some new symptoms, and at first we thought it was just seasonal with the weather changing, but now they're actually sticking around, and Epsom salt soaks just aren't curing everything for him. So what we wanted to do today is kind of introduce everyone to the new diet that we're putting Ted on to see if that helps his allergies. So let's go through right now some of the problems that Ted has. Okay, so the first problem that Ted has that we have not been able to solve is an ear infection. So it's going to be kind of hard to see on film. Basically, it's not a yeast infection from what we can tell. His ear is just incredibly dry. It started with one small patch, like a hot spot essentially, and it's just progressively gotten worse throughout his ear. We've been cleaning his ear with chlorhexidine solutions, but that has just kind of been keeping it at bay, and it's still kind of growing and progressively getting worse. So the other problem that Ted has right now is he is starting to lose his fur on his back side. We thought this was just allergies, but this has not corrected itself over the course of a couple of weeks, even with good baths with medicated shampoo. He doesn't have any hives, he just has black fur underneath his skin here. And as you can see, it's actually on both sides right here. If we do pull his fur back, it does progress. The black skin is underneath, he just hasn't lost his fur underneath. And then this is Ted's belly. A lot of times you do see with French Bulldogs or dogs that have are prone to allergies, you'll see underneath their armpits redness. Ted doesn't actually have that at all. He's never had that, which is kind of surprising. He sometimes has the back here being solid black as part of the infection. It's actually quite clear. This is actually from Ted rubbing himself. For everyone who looks at those videos of Ted being naughty, this is him being really... Teddy. He really goes for it, and he actually creates a wound. And so we are treating that. I don't want anyone to think we're not taking care of that. It looks really bad right now.
Calm it down, Ted.
You do. Another problem that you can look for in your dog to see if they suffer allergies is inflamed paws. This is why we do the Epsom salt soaks every week, sometimes more. Luckily, Teddy has not had an inflamed paw in a really long time. Just because we've been very diligent about cleaning his paws, and also with the snow and the salt, we've been cleaning his paws a lot more. Right now, his paws are a little inflamed. He's not going to let me do it. His paws are a little inflamed, but not too bad. You're just going to open up the creases here to look for redness or gunk, essentially. His are pretty clean right now, just because we are so diligent about it. One place we always forget is right here underneath, and there's a lot of crap that like hides back here. So if your dog's paws look good here, it doesn't necessarily mean underneath their paw pad is going to be good. It's hard to show on camera. As far as everything else goes, Ted does also have an infection in his, well, lack of tail. So Teddy, we got Teddy when he was 1.5 years old, and his previous breeder owner, she had his tail removed. I believe it probably was. It couldn't have been for cosmetics. It had to have been a medical issue. So Ted doesn't have a tail, but he's not going to let me look at it. But Ted does have blackness all around his anus. Is that what we say? Area that is very black. Yeah, he doesn't.
Teddy does not like it.
He doesn't want me back there.
Get out.
But where his tail used to be is a fold, and underneath that fold is a lot of crusty stuff that he will not let us near, and will holler if we try to clean it. As far as Ted's face goes, we clean his wrinkles every day. We'll do a separate video on that, but Ted doesn't really have any inflamed wrinkles. His nose is pretty gnarly, but we clean that every single day as well, and especially in this fold. There's no yeast infection there that we're worried about. So really what we're trying to do here is correct his ears, his black skin, his lack of fur and fur loss, and also his inflamed paws. And hopefully that will make him feel a lot better.
Meanwhile, Bill has no problems. It's perfect, but because he and Ted eat the same thing, Bill is going to get to go through this all too.
Yay, Bill!
You're actually going to like it. It's probably going to taste better than your regular food.
Yeah. So. But Bill does have some flaky skin, so maybe it will help with that. We're hoping. We'll see. So the course of action is we're starting them on a raw food diet along with a new dry food. I will preface this by saying that if you plan on switching your dog to a meat-based raw diet, that you definitely need to consult your vet. The person that we're working with, he is the owner of a dog food store out here in Vancouver. And so he has been walking us through the process, and he's going to help us with the introduction because his dog suffered from horrible allergies. And he has a lot of clients that have had complete hair loss who have been able to grow all their hair back and be completely healthy after working with him. So he has given us some suggestions of some raw trout to be putting him on.
Herring.
Fish. And so we're going to be putting them on fish and some liquid liver enzymes.
Yeah, and we'll show that. And to be clear, we did ask Bill and Ted's vet what they thought, and they said the raw diet would be great for them, so we ran with that.
Here is Bill and Ted's first raw meat meal, 5-course serving, as we can see, of herring. Looks so yummy. So we've been consulted to give them a piece about this size for their weight. It has thawed overnight. So they're going to eat this first. We're going to make sure they don't have any reactions and that their poop doesn't change too drastically. It should come out in like little goat pellets is what we were told, or rabbit pellets. And making sure that everything is good, then we can actually move forward and fully give this to them.
Dish smells yummy. Dish smells yummy. I want to eat this. Alright, this is going to be a thing of the past, Ted. You were chowing down. Like we never feed you. Well, it looks like Ted liked his. Still licking his bowl. Alright, Ted, you ate it all.